Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a little different from my normal one. Uh, Instead of doing the whole what if civilization started over, or no, sorry, civilization reborn, um, type of videos, or type of mapping videos, today I'm going to be trying out something new. What if the United States dissolved and all 50 states became countries? Yeah. So yeah, it's exactly as it sounds. All of the states broke away from actually no, let's just go with the United States dissolved Soviet Union style, and now every single state is their own country. Yeah. If you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Um, we're we're we got since the last video, I think three more subscribers. It was at 63 and now it's at 66, which is cool. So yeah, continue subscribing so you support me and stuff. But yeah, now on with the video. So first we will start off with our first like faction forming, I guess. Well, not faction, but like a alliance, I guess. It's gonna be called the Pacific Alliance. It's gonna have California, Oregon, and Washington, and Hawaii all the way out over here. Let's just color these guys in. Bam. But yeah, that's our first faction, the Pacific faction, and yeah, they're gonna form like right off the bat because these guys have like similar ideologies, and yeah. But now, yeah, these guys they're good. The second faction we'll start off with is the Confederacy. Yeah, those guys. Remember those guys, Civil War, anyone? Yeah, those guys are back. This time, they didn't try to break away as one country. They just decided, or this is after the um, God damn it, the U.S. collapsed. Yeah, so they're gonna form back together. They're like, hey guys, part two, part two, yeah, it was good last time. Part two, and everyone's like, yeah, sure, why not? So yeah, they form. Every person of color sweats very nervously, if you know anything about history. But yeah, that's our second faction. Our third alliance, I guess, is gonna be like the let's just call it the New England Alliance. Yeah, they're gonna be forming a faction, or no, not faction. I keep calling it faction. Faction. It's not faction. It's a alliance. They're forming alliances, and the reason they're doing this is because these guys are all pretty weak. They all have low populations except for I think for like Massachusetts. So I think they're like, yeah, it'd probably be better economically for us if we just you know kind of align together. But yeah, so yeah, they're gonna form a faction. That's gonna be our third faction. God damn it, I keep saying faction. Alliance. They're an alliance. A faction is like these guys, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, they're factions. It's just like another term for country. Like the NCR, that's a country like in Fallout, but it's also a faction. Brotherhood of Steel, that's kind of a country. It's also a faction. Uh, but these alliances are not factions. They're alliances. They're not one state or one country. Sorry, I keep I keep missing mex. Mm, I keep mixing up my words. Yeah, this happens often. If you know me in real life, I do it a lot. But yeah. So now that that's happened, we're gonna stick with those alliances for now. And now we get on to the fun part of history, the war, or not the fun part of history. The fun part of um these videos, I guess, or like just the fun part of anything, or wartime. Yeah, it's war. First war, uh, between the states is California v. Uh, actually no, California is the red. California v. um, Nevada, Arizona, and yeah, just Nevada and Arizona. The reason for this is they want control of the Colorado, or at least a lot of the Colorado. If you're not from the U.S., I guess, or if you live on the East Coast and you don't know much about the West Coast, California is very dependent on the Colorado River, which is like uh the hold on, it's like right here on the border of it's basically this border, the border of California and Nevada and Arizona. But yeah, California is very dependent on the Colorado, and the only real reason Arizona and Nevada are really giving California any of the water is because, well, they're under one country currently. But now that they're all separate countries, there is no real reason for this to happen. So, yeah, there's nothing really protecting them, which is not good for these guys. Well, so Arizona and Nevada is like, hey, we need this water too. You're not getting any. California's like, ha ha ha, yeah, good one. You're real funny guys. But they're like, no, we're serious. You can't have this. And it's like, haha, yeah, yeah, whatever. Good joke, guys. And then like, no, you're not getting any water. And then they like shut down the aqueducts and stuff. California's like, okay, fuck you, buddy, and they declare war. Um, yeah. So that's how it goes. Um, ooh, yeah. California is not too happy about this, as yeah. They're also California's a pretty strong state, got a real strong economy. If it was its own country, which it is now, it's the fifth strongest economy in the world. I think above Britain, just under Germany, which is pretty friggin' cool. But now with the U.S. like not existing, being number world's number one economy, it's probably like number four. But yeah, and California also has like a lot of army stuff and naval bases. So, well, naval bases in this scenario, with war between these two, isn't really like useful because these guys don't touch water. Well, they do touch water, just not this water. They touch this water, just not this water. But yeah, anyway, let's get into war. California's stronger than them, and yeah, let's see how that plays out. So we start off with California troops. Hold on, sorry. We start off with California troops crossing the Colorado and going right into Arizona, and yeah, it's just yeah. California also goes right into Nevada or southern Nevada, take Vegas, uh, which is basically Nevada's only real city. I know there's like Reno, I think Carson City up here, but no one knows that. People know Reno. People do not know what Carson City is, and they're not very notable. So we'll just be focusing down on Vegas. So yeah, Vegas, Nevada's number one, city, like its number one earner, has just been captured by California, which is not good for Nevada. Um, 'Cause number one, like that's their city and all that. That brings in all the money with gambling. But yeah, that's taken over, and California moves further up the Colorado, and yeah. And after this, California isn't really interested in all this desert over here and over here. So they're just gonna be like, hey, we're good. We're not gonna take any more. But there's some terms and conditions with this stuff. And so let's go to the treaty. Okay, so this is the peace treaty. Um, yeah, California basically controls access to more of the Colorado. Something I forgot to mention with the battle is that when the California troops got to the Hoover Dam, there was a battle, and California won that battle. And the reason I bring this up is because I'm a massive Fallout New Vegas fan. Like, I really love that game. It's a really cool game. You should go play Fallout New Vegas. Really cool. But yeah, California gets the southern tip of Nevada on like this half of uh Arizona. But yeah, they control more of the Colorado, which means they get more water for primarily this area of California. Like all of that area, that's basically all supplied on Colorado or on the Colorado. So yeah. Oh, so yeah, they're getting all that water. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. But yeah. Um uh, other than that, let's go to the Alliance layer. I didn't really feel like making a new layer and or like updating the layer and then having to color and all this crap again. Uh, but yeah, so it's just gonna be like this for now until like a bunch of crazy stuff on the map happens. But yeah, Nevada and Arizona are now kind of like uh, vassals, I think. Yeah, like vassals are like they're not real. They're like kind of like vassal. They're like not in the Pacific Alliance, but they are like protected by them. They can't like join another or create their own alliance. They're just like kind of with them. They don't get the full like membership status. They're just like kind of protected. I guess they're not really puppet states. California didn't march in their capitals and was like, hey, you're under our rule now. But they kind of are under their rule. It's kind of hard to explain. They're not like puppet states, but then again, they're not like completely on their own free will. They have to like abide by like Pacific, like the Pacific Alliance law. But yeah, okay, so second event in uh, hold second event in today's video, um, Texas is gonna declare war on Oklahoma. If you don't know like much about Texan Oklahoma rivalry. They hate each other's guts. They don't like each other like at all. So yeah, eventually this hatred boils over, and yeah, Texas goes to war with them, and Texas pretty strong. Yeah, they've got a pretty good economy, and they're quite populous. They're also the second biggest state in the union, second to Alaska. If there's any Texans watching this video, yeah, have to deal with that. You're not the biggest. Everything's bigger in Texas. Nuh-uh, not Texas. The only thing not big in Texas is Texas. Uh, Alaska's bigger. Uh, sorry. I'm Californian, so I have to rag on Texan or on Texas. It's a national. It's a statehood pastime. I would say national, but we're not a country, we're a state. So yeah, uh, pastime Californians is shitting on the Texans. Pastime Texans is bragging how big everything there is, or how big everything in Texas is, and shitting on Californians. Actually, the national pastime is basically every U.S. state is shitting on Californians, but whatever. But yeah, Texas, they declare war on Oklahoma. They're gonna settle this rivalry once and for all, and yeah, they're first gonna go up and take the Panhandle. Uh, Way back in like the 1800s, Texas used to be like way bigger. It was like all the way up here and shit. But yeah, it was a lot bigger. But then they lost it. I think the reason they had to cut all this down was because of like the Missouri Compromise line. That's like, hold on, that's like right there-ish. And if they went above it, they'd have to be a free state. And Texas didn't want to be a free state. They wanted to have the slaves. So yeah, they got rid of all that land. It's like, okay, fine. We like the slaves more than we like the land. By like, and what I mean by that they like the slaves more than they like the land is, they like having slaves more than liking land. But yeah, anyway, yeah, on with the war. Texas crosses, uh, they cross what I think is called the Red River, which separates these two. I think it's called the Red River. I'm not too sure. But yeah, they cross the river, and their forces join up with these guys in the Panhandle. and yeah, it's not pretty for Oklahoma. Then again, it was kind of expected. There's literally jack shit going on in Oklahoma. Like, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. It's just flat. That goes for like half the states in the half of the states in the interior. Like, there's nothing in Wyoming. There's nothing in the in North Dakota. There's the mountain with heads in South Dakota. Other than that, nothing. There's nothing in Nebraska. There's nothing in Kansas. There's mountains in Colorado, and there's only corn in Iowa. And if you can tell me one thing in Kansas other than, or not Kansas, Missouri other than St. Louis and Kansas City, I'll give you a cookie. But yeah, there's not much. So yeah, uh, yeah, it's just cakewalk for Texas. Um, yeah, I don't really need to. No, uh-oh. The peace treaty is Texas claims all and gets bigger. So this is gonna be our first State of the Union that is gone, and now Texas just absorbs Oklahoma. They're like, yeah, screw you. We don't want we don't we hate you. Bleh. So they just take it all, and Texas is now looking a lot more square. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Let's go on to our second war, the Michigan-Ohio War. Michigan, Ohio, battle or hatred rivalry as old as time. This rivalry goes way back to the 1800s, with the Ohio or the Toledo War. Is when Michigan and Ohio fought over this strip between them called the Toledo Strip, which had you'll never guess the city, but Toledo, yeah, hence the name of the war. But yeah, for some reason they both really wanted Toledo. I don't know why they wanted Toledo. It's yeah, but yeah, they fought a war and now they're still rivals to this day. I forgot who won the war. I think it's Toledo because Toledo isn't Ohio or not Toledo. Toledo did not win the war. It was fought over Toledo. Ohio won the war. I think that's because they have Toledo and Michigan does not. And oh yeah, of course, yeah, they Ohio did win the war because Michigan got pissy and took the UP from Wisconsin. But yeah, um, yeah, if you're a European, you're like, what the fuck is what's going on in the U.S.? A lot of shit's going on, but it's kind of getting close to the 20-minute mark. Yeah, it's just 18 minutes right now. So let's get back to the damn video. Last war, I guess, and let's have it between Michigan and Ohio. Michigan's still pretty upset that they lost the Toledo War, and let's just say, I'm gonna say this is fuck after a college football game. I'm assuming Michigan. Let's just say Michigan lost. That was the final boiling point. Michigan's like, "Fuck you, Ohio," and invades. Yeah, I'm not sure which of these two states is like stronger. I think it might be Michigan because it has Detroit. Then again, it has Detroit. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. Let's just look up Ohio population. About 12 million. Michigan pop 10 million. So Ohio, it looks like Ohio has more people, but so, but since Michigan instigated the war, they're gonna go ahead and do some invading. They take over Toledo, and they go down the Erie coastline. I think there's a city up here, but then again, I don't really care about Ohio. I think Columbus is here. Actually, no, Columbus down there. I'm not sure what city's up here. I think it's either Columbus or the other one. Cleveland? Might be Cleveland. I don't know. I don't really care about Ohio. I don't, I don't, like, uh, think about them too much. What cities? Yeah, it's Cleveland is, like, right there, but they haven't gotten there yet. I think Columbus is the capital of Ohio. I don't know, but yeah, Ohio. When Michigan troops get close to uh Cleveland, they push back. Kind of. They go bam bam. Thank you, ma'am. And then bam. Uh, bam bam bam. I honestly, I have no idea who has more military assets. Uh, if you are an Ohioan or a Michigander, comment in the or generally more knowledgeable about U.S. state strength than I am, go down in the comment section below and tell me who's stronger, I guess. But yeah, yeah, let's just go with Michigan goes bam bam, Ohio goes bam bam. They push back to the border of Michigan, and uh hold on, no memento. They go up here and cut off their access to Lake Erie. Um, and then Michigan's just gonna like push them back a little. Yeah, they're just gonna do that, and yeah, they're gonna call it there. No one got anything or lost anything. Yeah, they just decide to give up, I guess. But these guys still hate each other's guts. They don't like each other at all. Yeah, tensions will still be very high between the two, and war will break out later on in the series. But for now, that is all for today. Uh, thank you very much for watching today's video. If you found it cool, I'd very much consider liking and subscribing, cause that'd be pretty cool. And yeah. Hope you liked today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.